Good Friday morning. Obviously, it's Friday morning. It's a little after 9. I spent a little time, John, with the Airbnb host. Now I am on my way back to Fry's. I do actually have to go there because I need to pick up some Coax stuff. See if I can troubleshoot the issues that we're having getting signal to the TVs. So essentially my plan is going to be, I'm going to get a coax cable, attach that to the RF modulator, and verify that I'm actually getting signal out of that modulator. Then I'm going to test the splitter that I got, because I have a one in, two out splitter that goes, one cable goes back to that communication closet that I showed you. The other goes up to the front in the 3-inch conduit so that, you know, we can feed the 4 TVs that are going to be up there. So I'll test those downstream outputs, and then, you know, I'm going to be hauling a 43-inch TV around with me to do this. So basically every step in the signal chain I'm going to have to test to verify that I am indeed getting signal. Because if I'm getting signal out into the communication closet, then I know that the incoming line is correct. Because at this point I don't know if it's a line issue, I don't know if it's a connection issue, like the connector is not working properly or that kind of thing. So I have to isolate where the issue is before I, you know, understand what the solution is going to be. So that's the plan for today. I'm also going to be working on getting those iPads taken care of. I know I keep saying that day after day, but today is the day it's going to happen. So, because I'm tired of it being on the list and it never actually gets done. So, I'm going to be working on that. And then, if time allows, today's a short day because of the sunset thing. So, if time allows, I'll also get a TV up in the library, because they had specifically requested that yesterday. But it makes no sense to put the TV up if I can't get the signal working to that TV. You know what I mean? So, first things first. It's going to be an active and busy day. So, you know, hopefully we can get it all done. Alright. So, here's the update. I did connect the coax cable that I bought directly to the modulator, and I connected that to a TV. After auto scanning, it did pull it in. The audio was a little weak, but I can deal with that later. Let's see. So I connected the cable that I made. I also connected the splitter that we have, the 1x2, and it's not working. So either the splitter or the cable is bad. So I'm grabbing the 1x8 here that's going to be feeding the 4 TVs behind the stage, and I'm going to replace the splitter, see if that's the problem. If it still doesn't work, I'm going to have to try the cable. So, sooner or later, I'm going to get this figured. So that's the update. It is my cable. Not sure why it's my cable. That's what I have to figure out now. And as you can see, I have it coupled directly without any splitters. So, the question now is, if I replace the cable, will my other 2 feeder cables work? Alright, so here's where we're at. I've gotten a new cable that works, passes signal through the 1x2. So that's good news. Still not getting signal out to the foyer TV, so I am back in the communication closet. So what I'm going to do, what I have is what should be the incoming line. It's marked front desk, or monitors on that side and front desk on that side. So I'm assuming that this is the line coming in from the booth. I'm going to bring a TV back here, hook it up to power, which means I'm going to have to get an extension cord, and then we're going to see if it can tune in, because if it can, then the problem is not with the line. If it can't, my next step is to re-terminate. Sorry, Devin. You did a good job with the compression, but it may not be enough. So anyway, that's what I'm working on. The electricians are working on finishing pulling the 4 security camera lines for the external cameras, and then they're going to mount boxes, and hopefully they can get that all done today, and so we can get those cameras wired and weatherproofed, because it's looking like it's going to rain, and getting that weatherproofed sooner than later would be good. So that's the plan. Okay, I'm off to Home Depot and probably gonna grab something to eat because I'm hungry. Long story short, that incoming cable was indeed the correct cable. However, it's still not working. I put a new connector on it and it's still not working. As far as I know, I don't know. I left it auto-tuning. I've been kind of shortcutting the process on the auto-tune, so I'm just going to let it go through its thing and maybe it'll find it. And then we can continue our troubleshooting from there. But I am on the way to Home Depot, like I said. I have to pick up some silicone, some round construction boxes that we're going to mount the external cameras to, and some blank covers. And then I need to get it's probably like a 15-foot HDMI cable. We're just not able to quite make the distance for the announcement TV down the wall and what will be out the wall to the computer that's going to drive that television. So yeah, I've got to get a longer cable. We will use the cable that's in there for the internal TV, or how can I say this? For the TV in the workroom, and that HDMI is going to connect to the DVR for the security cameras. So, sorry, I keep just wanting to cut my head off, so I apologize. So anyway, and then I'm not sure what I'm gonna get to eat, but we'll see what's around. And it is a little after 2. We have to stop working between 4 and 4:30. So we got a lot of work to do in a very short amount of time. And I need to probably, I'm hoping that the TV's working by the time I get back. And that way I can get the TV mounted in the library and get that finished up. But I also have not managed to get the iPad minis working quite yet. So I'm rather frustrated about that. The lights are not responding the way that they should be. I mean, they're just not responding at all. And before I left last time with Devin, I had gotten one of the iPad minis to change the color of the audience lights, but it is no longer doing that. So I'm thinking that there may be a connection issue between the DMX system and the wireless gateway, or the gateway that I have that's controlling it. So I'm going to have to figure that out as well, but that probably won't get done today. It's just the unfortunate reality. too much to do, and I have to kind of prioritize what's the most important. So, and then I'm also supposed to get some cables today to finish up the stage rack so I can button that up, get that locked away, and that'll be a good feeling to get that finished, because that's a big one. That's a really, really big one. So anyway, that's what's going on. We'll update you as always. Well, the rain has arrived, and I am not back at the church yet. I have a couple tools up on the roof, so I am going to need to, actually, I need to go this lane. I'm going to need to find some food very quickly here and get this stuff I just bought back to my guys so that they can button stuff up there. Because with moisture and wood don't go together, and right now we've got some open holes into the attic area through the roof, so we need to get that taken care of real quick. So that's what we're going to be working on. Weather has kind of pushed my hand here, so I'm going to have to get these things taken care of and kind of put everything else on hold. So yeah, that'll be fun. But it is what it is. This is how life goes. Alright, so wrap-up time for, I believe it's day 24. This install just keeps going on and on. But we are making headway. So what did I do today? It's an interesting question. I got, with the help of my electricians, I got the 4 external security cameras mounted, connected, and weather sealed. So that was a big one, because I think the last time you heard from me, it was that the rain had arrived. So we got the holes covered up and sealed in. The other thing I got done, as a surprise for Christopher, the head of the video department here, was I got the intercoms working. They don't have power right now because the audio system's off, but they do work. There's another belt pack over at the video station. So it works, it sounds awesome, and they are very, 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 very happy about that. What else did I do today? I got to think about this. This is tough. It's not like I didn't do anything. I'm just having trouble organizing my thoughts. I did get the cables in for the audio rack, but they came in so late that I really wasn't able to do anything with them. So that's unfortunate. On a plus note, they did have a service in here. They were using all 8 wireless handheld mics, not one dropout. So I'm so thrilled about that. I was a little apprehensive, I'll admit, but they passed the first test with flying colors. So tomorrow is the big test. I'm not going to be a solid believer that we've nipped that in the bud until we get that taken care of tomorrow. The other thing I'm going to do is tomorrow morning I'm going to have Devin turn on the 2.4 gigahertz Wi-Fi to see if that is even an issue. Because if we can run both 5.8 and 2.4, then we can basically allow anybody to connect to the Wi-Fi here. Because right now, only newer devices that support 5.8 are able to do that. So and we've already run into some issues with that not being available. TVs. Let's talk about the TVs. I'm going to sit down because my arm's getting tired. I was not able to get any signal from the booth back to the communication closet. That is very concerning to me. Because, you know, it's a main feeder line, and if we have to rerun it, that's a job. What I'm going to do on Sunday is the other feeder line that runs to the back of the stage, I'm going to terminate that and I'm going to try that line, because if that works, then I know it's not a bigger issue, and that it really is that feeder cable and we're just going to have to rerun it. If it doesn't work, I don't know what to do. I'm probably going to have to do some research on that tomorrow night. It's really not transmitting that far, so I don't think it's a signal degradation issue. You know, I should be getting hundreds of feet over RG6 of, you know, even 1080i content. So why I'm not, I'm unsure. So I'm going to have to figure that out before I leave, because that's kind of a non-negotiable. It's got to be working. So they've made that very clear. I fixed a couple of projector issue things at the end of the program tonight. Remember a couple days ago I was rewiring the back of that video rack, and apparently in the process we lost the ability to push the computer content from the iMac into the video switcher, and I finally tried just replacing the cable, and that worked. So there's something off or wrong with the cable that I had in there. So if I remember, I'll pull that out and throw it away, because, you know, if it's not passing signal, then it's not going to work for much of anything else. What else? It's like, I know I did stuff. There was a lot of hopscotching today, a lot of back and forth, but most of it was the TVs, honestly. The electricians did get the final 2 cables pulled for the external security cameras, so those have all been run down the wall now in the workroom, and I'll show this to you on either tomorrow or, actually it'll probably be in Sunday's video, because I'm not going to do a video tomorrow. But yeah, all those cables have been run down. I do need to run one HDMI back up the wall to where the TV in the workroom is going to sit, because that's going to be the computer monitor for the computer in there. So, among other things. So anyway, not as far as I was hoping I'd be. I really wanted to get those TVs working by this weekend. But I'm hoping with Devin coming in Tuesday and Wednesday next week that that'll help take some of the load off in terms of the TVs and the cameras, and I can focus on finishing the stage rack and getting those iPad minis working, because essentially that's all I have left to get figured out. So that's a good feeling. There's some finish work to do on some of where the cables are coming in from outside, but you know, that's some ladder work and some zip tying, honestly. So anyway, that's where we're at, and I'm gonna go home and get some sleep. It's a little after 10:30, and I gotta be back here at 8 tomorrow morning, so it's gonna be a short night.